you're going to be at the best boys' school in the United States.
The Haverford School has been preparing boys for life for more than 130 years. In academics, in athletics, in the arts, and most of all, in developing boys into men of good character.
It still starts with the school, and it still starts with being remarkable boys.
There was a code of excellence here that you wanted to be the best in everything you did. It didn't matter whether it was the arts or whether it was music or whether it was sports or academics.
I don't think a week goes by that I'm not thinking about the lessons that I learned at Haverford School. The amazing thing about Haverford is just the bond you build with your classmates.
Whether it be athletics, academics, music, theater, emotionally, it just supported the growth of boys becoming men, and just really appreciated the opportunity through great coaches, teachers, mentors, and friends.
I'm enormously proud of all of our programs and all of our athletic programs, but certainly we've had extraordinary success on a national stage in our lacrosse program. It's a game that focuses on endurance and teamwork. Working together, understanding your teammates, and sacrificing yourself for the good of the whole. I look at lacrosse and ask why all of our other programs can't be that successful, and we're working hard to give them the same degree of prominence that our lacrosse team is displayed.
We somehow got interested in the idea of playing lacrosse. Baseball seemed kind of boring.
There weren't that many schools playing then. I mean, it's interesting, there was no Interact Lacrosse League at that point.
And we ended up getting about 16 of us interested, and of that, 6 of them came out of the 9th grade class.
And it was still new. It still wasn't something that a whole lot of people had seen at the high school level around here.
It was amazing we got onto the field. But we played, we were enthusiastic, we had some scrimmages the first year. It didn't do too badly.
But in 1968, it all kind of came together. We went 11-0. It was a great season, great season.
It's a legacy that feels really good. It's coming back here to a lacrosse game and saying you started the sport here. I feel good about that.
You go back to those years when there weren't a whole lot of teams playing, and those of us who were out there playing, and then it's amazing how many of those folks came back to coach, either here or elsewhere. So there's definitely a connection between that group of people playing then and the growth in lacrosse in Philadelphia, and specifically Haverford School.
You create a great culture, the alums want to come back, and our guys come back in droves. When they come back from college, whether they're out of college and they're standing on the sideline, or sometimes they even walk down pre-game. It's the coolest thing in the world.
Everyone has a piece of it, whether it's the headmaster or the coaches or the players or the parents or anyone that, or the alumni guys, anyone that's associated with really has had a piece and impact.
A lot of these guys come back and coach, they give back to the game.
It's gone from a backwater of lacrosse when I played to a hotbed today. And the kids feel that. They know that they're in the paper, they're in the press, they're being talked about when they walk with their Haverford School bags to an away game. We got a big red X on us because of all what's happened before them.
One of the most prominent names I hear at alumni events is the name of Coach John Nostrand, who taught boys to be fierce competitors, to be great teammates, to never make an excuse, to always give everything they had.
The early teams were fun because that's when I had to shape the culture. I mean, I think when I came here in '91, there might have been 24 guys on the team.
My senior year was John Nostrand's first year at the Haverford school.
I said, we practice on a Saturday morning. A couple of kids said, we don't practice Saturday morning, Coach. I said, well, we're practicing at 8. And if anybody's late, we're going to run the whole time. A couple guys were late. A couple guys obviously were out the night before, and they threw up, and we ran for about an hour and a half, and Bo Dixon was in the gym, and never heard a peep out of him, the headmaster, so I felt like I was at the right place.
I felt when he came in the door, you could tell there was something different. You could tell there was something special.
Team on 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, White!
It's about the boys, it's not about the parents, it's about the institution.
Don't ever be bigger than the team. Team first, player, individual second.
It doesn't matter what they do to us. They can't stop us if we play with poise.
John Nostrand is an extraordinary, fierce competitor. He was a great lacrosse player himself.
He has the ability to inspire you, to believe in you, to push you.
Play hard, play with poise, play with discipline, and trust each other. Team on 3, 1, 2, 3. Team!
He is by far one of the most influential people in my life in terms of an athlete, but more importantly, just as a person.
He asks a lot of his players. He expects a lot of his players. But at the end of the day, he doesn't baby them. He basically treats them like men. Guys, you're really good, but it's up to you to achieve to your highest level.
Coach Nostrand, he was my lacrosse coach, but he was probably my greatest educator at all of Haverford and maybe in life.
And it's because he instilled that discipline, he instilled that rigor, he instilled that sense of family and community that not every program gets the opportunity to enjoy.
So I'll tell you that my 2011 boy that was on the championship team still talks about Coach Nostrand and his staff as the greatest lacrosse experience of his life. And he's playing Division I, and he's in the big stadiums and played in the NCAAs, and nothing equates to this.
You have to will your way to win. You have to win the individual matchups. You have to play like Haverford School lacrosse players.
He has taught them teamwork and determination and the skills that enabled them to succeed not just in lacrosse, but in life. Do what he tells you to do, and you're going to turn out to be a great man.
Everyone loved Tim. Coaches, players, alums. He was just the center of the universe in our class. So I was very fortunate to, from 9th grade on, let's call it, till a few years back when he passed away, to have one of the most wonderful friends in the world. Nothing meant more to Tim than that lacrosse field or football field. He was phenomenal at both. We have this wonderful tradition now of taking the players up and touching the plaque.
You walk straight and you don't really say anything. It's kind of just getting your mind right, getting focused for the game.
It's just us showing love to another brother who went to Haverford, and it's really becoming a really important pregame ritual for the whole team. I mean, that is when no one's talking. No one's saying, let's go Haverford. No one's saying, let's go White. Everyone's just walking.
And how meaningful it is to the O'Mearas, words can't describe, because they come and they watch that, Mr. and Mrs. O'Meara. So it's this wonderful, reverential thing that they do, remembering the past, but it's an unbelievable way to kind of get these guys focused on what's important.
The number 10 for Kip Tav, who passed away when I was a sophomore, he was a senior. He was the best teammate I ever had, especially because he's just, he was a perfect teammate.
It reminds you of what you're playing for when you go out on the field.
Both Kip and Tim were always with us in every game that we had.
In 2015, had to climb that mountain again. 2011 climbed it for the first time. They did the impossible.
Here's Wohlrath again. Couple of spin moves, tries the same move, he got it! What a sequence! Save that highlight film for Carl Wohlrath.
When I was an 8th grader, Haverford was 23-0 and they were national champions, and I just remember like looking at those guys and they were like just looking up to them and being like, wow, I wish I could be like that someday.
And the perfect season is restored. Haverford scores 2 goals in the final 36 seconds to move to 23-0 and preserve their #1 national ranking in dramatic fashion.
I would come and see the games, and I thought these kids were like superheroes, like running around on the lacrosse field shooting the ball 1,000 miles an hour.
What was your goal this season?
To go undefeated, be #1, point blank.
And you walk in to all the fans out there.
Let's go, boys! Let's go, boys!
And you see the bridge and the water. It's like you're a professional athlete for the next 4 hours, and it was just awesome.
As we competed with the Hun School for the national championship, parents, boys, alums, all together supporting a collective endeavor that was going to write another page in the history of the Haverford School. It was going to ensure the prominence of the Haverford School on a very important national stage.
Well, expectations were pretty high.
Step it up just a little bit more, ride it a little bit harder. Their long poles can't handle. Move it a little bit quicker. Their zone is not that good. Shoot it a little bit better. Their lefty goalie's not very quick. And we're gonna do it for 48 minutes, 1 minute at a time, together.
We were expected of doing big things when we got to be upperclassmen.
And we've just rallied around each other all year round. Nobody has ever thought about themselves. Not for 1 second. Play hard for 48 minutes. Know how you want to feel walking out of here.
With the talent that we had and with the guys that we had and with playing with all my best friends, playing with the guys I've played with since 7th grade, I mean, I just knew, like, I was just never scared. I just knew we were always going to win.
And I just trusted those guys so much, and I think they trusted Mark. You know, if the team went to zone or man, we just adjusted.
Let's go wedge out back. Okay, let's go 7 out back. You know, hook it out back. And we got to generate movement and go. All confident things. Come on now, man. We got this. We got this.
On defense, you know, Paul and Trav would adjust the defenses to you know, what they were doing. You know, we could constantly make adjustments.
The first 24 minutes are over. We're focused on Haverford School, what we want to feel like in 24 minutes of lacrosse, all right? And how hard can we work? And how much can we trust each other? And how many big plays can we make and then make a simple play, okay? It's very easy. Done with the officials. We're focused on the white and the gold.
We stayed together and we pushed each other, and when we were down, we held each other up, and I think that's what motivated us.
It was a huge team effort from start to finish.
It's something that, you know, it's once in a lifetime, and I think we've all cherished it very well together. We've all, you know, looked each other in the face and say, hey, like, we're gonna get this done, and we did. So I think we really appreciate it and saw it through to the end.
And it was a special night, and they win the Interac, and they end up, you know, being that special place with all those fans in the sidelines and a stadium like that. What a perfect ending to a perfect season.
2 out of 4 years, undefeated, undisputed national champion. It's just incredible. It leaves me, and I know a lot of my friends, with a huge sense of pride.
And I was immensely pleased and proud and frankly overwhelmed by the spirit that I felt, the pride, the determination to succeed, and what a remarkable experience to be a part of that.
It was just fun to watch these guys play. They were really, really good.
Definitely really proud. Try to stay really humble about it. It's going to be awesome coming back here in the future and watching teams. I mean, I hope Haverford can keep it going. I think we will.
21 seniors full of leadership, full of people who were willing to do whatever it took.
What we did this year in lacrosse, there'll be teams that will go undefeated. There'll be great teams. What that team did will never be duplicated.
Whether it's the education or on the lacrosse field, I mean, I wouldn't take any second back. I loved every second that I was here.
What I would say to all my guys is really first and foremost is just thank you so much for competing at the level that you competed at.
The playing field, I think, is just extraordinarily important to one's overall education experience. It's still learning how to make the most of the talents that you have. It's learning how to play with other people. It's learning how to win. It's learning how to lose.
I was probably not suited for public school. I needed a little structure and needed a little bit of discipline, but Haverford just really absolutely changed my life, and I've been really indebted to it.
Haverford's really been influential in all my life and prepared me for both college and beyond in ways that I wouldn't have expected, and really set me up to do well in life.
This program has done the world for me, honestly. I don't think I would trade this for anything.
There are a lot of great schools, but Haverford is really a special place, and one of the jobs that we have as alumni and people have been formally involved in the schools is keeping it a great place, supporting it financially and supporting it with moral support as well.
You know, it's a snowball that started rolling down the hill, 50 years ago, and now it's an avalanche, right?
That hard work will help me later on in life. The feeling of brotherhood will help me later on in life. I'll always have these guys, they'll always have my back no matter what. I mean, my brother still talks to all of his teammates, and whenever he has problems, whenever he needs something, he goes to his Haverford guys. And I'm so glad that I have that.
We're very proud of the fact that we've taught sons and grandsons of previous graduates.
To be part of Haverford is still the most important aspect of my children's lives. But this production that we're here for today, the people you've interviewed, is to celebrate and to say thank you for what they've created. This is one big visual thank you to all those people that have gone named and unnamed, because there are 50 years of Haverford lacrosse that have created boys that will go on and do great things, and more importantly, create an aura of success that'll last beyond their lives. And this is to thank them.
It has grown through literally generations of work, of blood, sweat, and tears. And I'm enormously proud of the contributions from each of the players, each of the coaches, the parents who sacrificed to send their sons to school here, who supported them in their endeavors to create a true national powerhouse in this wonderful sport. And I'm confident that the lessons those generations of boys learned playing lacrosse have influenced the rest of their lives. And the boys today are learning those same lessons of determination, of teamwork, of perseverance, of taking care of each other, of loving a sport and loving being part of an organization that tries hard to make every member better than they ever thought they could be. That spirit will continue for generations to come right here at the Haverford School.